Hi guys! We are here today at my friend's house and he's letting me to borrow his Pan America. I'm really curious what this bike has to offer for shorter riders and what it can offer as an adventure bike. So let's take it for a spin. Okay, first challenge. Remove a kickstand. Okay guys, first few minutes on the bike. So a little bit happy with the throttle. Oh, the rear brake is not as responsive as you want it to be. So I have to use front brake more than I typically do because rear is not as responsive. Just have to be more aggressive with the both brakes, rear and front. It responds, it just a little bit more muffled response to the brakes, which in my view is a safety issue. I don't want to have super sensitive brakes, but I also don't want to work really hard to slow this machine because it's heavy, it has a lot of momentum, so I need that help in slowing it down quicker. So we are cruising at 40 miles on twisties and it's really heavy. We're going a little bit uphill. It doesn't even recognize it as uphill. So in the 6th gear, it's pretty happy, really smooth engine. So that was in the 5th gear. I just wanted to feel the acceleration and it immediately gives it to you like it's nothing. So you have this powerful engine that's purring and available to you when you need it. So I can only project that on the trail situation, it's always there for you. What's interesting, when I completely come back with the throttle, close it completely and then try to apply it again, it's sort of a little bit abrupt connecting the gear again. I guess this is something that again you can get used to it. Just for the outsider, this is something that I noticed. It was quite nimble. It was really light. Just feeling it. It's really stable on the stops or slow speed. I really enjoy managing it. Almost no work needed. It was really easy to keep low speed on it, approaching this intersection. Almost effortless. Interesting, it's really tall windshield. It comes almost to my chin level. But I still have a lot of air hitting my body. So probably this windshield is not as wide as it needs to be. I would imagine in a colder day, it would be much colder experience. It leans with you almost just because you decide. It's not that you have to make any effort. Full stop. I can feel already some heat in my boots, so I guess the engine generates enough heat. And this is close to 80 degrees here today, so I guess in a warmer day you would feel it even sooner. My friend has an extra cushion here on the seat, but I'm already restless. So let's stand a little bit. This is how it looks from the top. It's pretty comfortable. It's not that big. It doesn't feel big. These pegs are not designed for standing up. They're really soft and rubber, so I think I would like these controls to be turned more down for standing, but we have to recognize this bike is set up for street mostly. This is easy adjustment to make if you prefer going on more technical trails. Clutch is really smooth and really nice. It's a little bit too far for me, and I have big hands, so I guess my friend has bigger hands. But when you pull it in, it's like butter. It's really nice. It shifts really nice and easy. Shifter. But we're probably a little bit further away from me. Further meaning a little bit more forward. But shifter itself is smooth and predictable. Oops. I just touched the road with my foot. I can't believe it. The heat is pretty intense right now, so I'm straightening my legs down, and I never ever can reach to the ground, but on this one I do. Guys, I'm serious. I'm dragging feet on the road. This is so unusual, such an unusual feeling to be on an adventure bike and to touch the road. Wow. Suspension eats all of this like it doesn't exist. Those little bumps. I'd be curious to try it in a little bit more bumpy sections, but maybe a little bit later. So, obviously, I'm not the first one to notice the heat. And this is why it has these lovely pegs. Now I understand Harley riders. Complete stop. There we go. Okay, red light. Let's practice our slow speed. It's actually really steady. Oh, I did. Let's see how well balanced it is. It's pretty good. I think this is a function of tires, because if I just think about cornering, bike starts cornering. It is really nice. Unlike Mobis, they require more input. I can't figure it out. Even to each other, Harley guys not necessarily always say hi. Like, why? How do they know when to say it or not to say it? I'm still confused. Let's see how it goes. And slow. Well, I'm terribly late, but it's okay, it's manageable. Now, offsets. They're quite tight, but make sure you're early on those. and initiate turning way before coming to the cone. And it's not that bad. Was not that bad. It's a pro bike brake. So we'll just do a little bit of leaves in the ditch and out. In the ditch. In the ditch. And out. So I'm done with my ride, and this bike definitely impressed me more than I expected. I tried to have no expectations whatsoever, and when Joe gave it to me, he said, well, here is clutch, here is gas, that's a bike, 2 wheels, go. So I really liked it. I had to figure it out on the run, literally. I had no manual for it, and I'm not a Harley rider. So for short riders, it's definitely a livable bike. It's slower, you can swing your leg easily, it gives a little bit of in height. I'm sure you will be comfortable. I hardly use this option because I still try to use my cowboy mount, which I like, and it's the balance on the bike is one of the things that impressed me the most. Even with practically no knowledge of the controls, it gave me immediately a really good balance. Every time I would come to stop sign or stop lights, it's just really stable. I had the chance to go in a little bit of off-road, going in and out in a small ditch. I really could not feel the weight of this heavy machine. So that's another thing that's really impressive. And between GS and this one, you know, I did not feel the heaviness of this, while GS sometimes feels definitely heavier when you're in a lean and you're on the not that stable conditions. What else? Clutch is super soft. I loved it. Shifter is a little bit tight, but it could be just a function of this specific bike. I don't know. What surprised me, immediately surprised, is how the brakes work. When I initially applied rear, I felt like, where's my rear? I have none. So I went for front. Front was also a little bit too slow to me. It took me a little bit of time to get used to this, and I tried with emergency braking later. It delivers, but if it would be my bike, I would definitely look into tightening this a little bit more and make it much more sensitive to the inputs. Suspension. No special feedback on the suspension. We didn't go in any gnarly stuff. It ate all of the bumps on the road, no problems whatsoever. The engine was nice and purring. It just goes and goes and goes with it. And I personally fall asleep on powerful engines like this, so that was one of those cases. What else? Windshield. That's interesting. You see a lot of plastic here, but it did not protect me as much as I suspected it would. So maybe just the geometry of it or something is off, or maybe just my height on the bike is not right for this specific configuration. Overall, I would say this is a definitely good bike to have. Again, disclaimer, I'm not a Harley owner. There was no payment for this review. So I probably will stick with my GS, but if I travel and I have an option of renting a bike, I would definitely rent this one with no second thoughts. So I think that's all for today, guys, and I hope you like it and subscribe and send me your comments. Maybe I will come up with some other ideas that I'm still processing after this ride. So ask your questions. I'm happy to answer those. Thank you.